Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperacoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. In this video, we'll be talking about the break statement. Loops work as long as there are still elements to be iterated over in a collection. This is the for loop, or a condition is met. This is the while loop. But sometimes we may want to leave a loop earlier. We can do it using the break statement. This statement breaks the loop immediately. Here's an example. Here we have two variables. Target equals 10. Guess equals 0. And here's our while loop. The loop runs as long as our guess is not equal to 10, which is the target number. So, while guess is not equal to target, do the following. We enter a number and store it in a guess variable. Guess equals int input, and here we want the player or the user of this program to choose a number between 1 and 20, or press 0 and enter to quit. So this is going to be our prompt. Choose a number between 1 and 20 or press 0 and enter to quit. So this loop runs as long as guess is not equal to target. But we can also leave this fascinating game earlier just by pressing 0. So the program first checks if our input was 0. If guess equals 0, so if our input is 0, it hits the break statement. Break. And the loop stops. In this case, the whole program stops because there's nothing more after the loop. But if there were, it would jump to the next line of code after the loop. So this happens if the input is 0. If it's not, if the number you enter is not 0, guess is compared with target. So if guess equals target, if they are equal, the message you win is printed. Print you win. This also ends the program because the condition in the while loop is no longer true. Guess is no longer not equal to target. Now, if the number you enter is not 0 and is not equal to target, the message try again is printed. So, else print try again. Now the condition in the while loop is still true, so the next iteration may begin. Now let's run this program. And here's what the output might look like. Choose a number between 1 and 20 or press 0 and enter to quit. Let's type 2. Try again. As you remember, our target number is 10. We entered 2, they're not equal. So let's try again. This time let's type 5. Try again. Well, I'm a bit bored with this game, so let's leave. Let's enter 0 and hit enter. Fine. The program leaves. Fine, the program has stopped. So when I entered 0, this break statement was executed and the while loop stopped. The break statement may be also used inside the nested loop. Then it stops the execution of the innermost loop. By the way, you can nest any type of loop inside any type of loop. So you can have while loops inside while loops, for loops inside for loops, but also while loops inside for loops and vice versa. Here's an example with a break statement in the nested for loop. Let's define a counter variable and set it to 0. Here we have a while loop in which a for loop will be nested. The loop should run as long as counter is less than 3. So while counter is less than 3, run the following loop. In each iteration of this while loop, the text round should be printed, followed by the round number stored in the counter variable. So print round plus str, we have to cast it to a string because it's a number. Otherwise, concatenation wouldn't work. Counter. Fine. And here we have the nested for loop with a break statement in it. The for loop will run 4 times in each iteration of the while loop. So, for I in range 4. Now here the loop variable will be printed. Print I. But if the loop variable is equal to 2, the break statement should be hit. So, if I equals 2, break. So now it stops the for loop and goes on to the next statement after the for loop, which is counter plus equals 1. And then the execution continues with the rest of this iteration of the outer while loop. So here we have just one more line of code. Print an empty line. Now, when the end of the while loop is reached, the condition in the while loop is checked, and if it's still true, the next iteration of the while loop begins. Each time when the break statement is reached, execution leaves the for loop. That's why the for loop never makes it to print all the 4 numbers as it is supposed to do. So, let's run this program now. Here's the output, round 0. Here are the loop variables from the for loop. 0, 1, and then it breaks. We don't have 2 and 3 because it breaks the loop when the value of this variable is 2. We have round 1, 0, 1 again, no 2, no 3. Round 2, 0, 1, no 2, no 3. So this is how the break statement works. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.